Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, I'm looking at my hair. Oh, goodness. Too late now. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by tonight for this live presentation. I want to have a little fun tonight, and it's been a long time since I've went live with y'all, so I just wanted to say hi to everybody, see who all shows up and comes out. We're going to have some fun tonight. So I do have a package I want to open. I'm really excited about opening this package. It's a tarot deck that I ordered from Ukraine in October, and I've actually been sitting on it since November, waiting until I had a chance to actually go live to open it with you guys. So hopefully some of y'all will show up here pretty soon. After we open that up, then we're going to do a little bit of Reiki, and then we'll do some tarot. I'll be answering some questions or bringing through some messages from Spirit, whatever works better for you guys in the chat room. But for right now, I want to talk a little bit about this package that we're getting ready to open. This has come to me. I actually ordered it off of Etsy, and it came in from Ukraine. The person who had it available lived in Ukraine, so it actually came in from Odessa. So I'm really excited. It only took me a month to receive it, and I'm going to tell you, if you have not ordered things internationally before, like I have ordered things from Canada and sent things to Canada, and it takes a month to come or to go. And so to me, the idea that this package got to me in a month from Ukraine, who's a country at war, and not our next door neighbor just north of us, pretty amazing as far as I'm concerned. So those of you who are in the room, if you're able, say hi. I know some of you are watching from TV, but you're not able. The rest of you, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. I appreciate it. Ms. Angela, hello, hello. Just got out of the hospital. Why were you in the hospital, honey? I'm glad you're here. So you had a Christmas hospital stay? I hope they gave you a decent meal there. Trying to open up this package while we talk. I'm very excited. I saw the graphics on this on Etsy, and I just thought, I love that. And then when I saw that it was coming from Ukraine, I thought, well, what a great way to support somebody who lives in Ukraine that's going through heck to order a product. So, very well packaged, by the way. I think I might need scissors again to cut this open. All right, nothing in the package, no little pieces of paper or anything like that. I think I'm going to save that package as a souvenir. That's the first thing I've ever received from Ukraine in wartime or otherwise. So, nice plastic bubble around as well. Hello there, Cheryl. So if you're just tuning in, I'm opening up a tarot deck that I ordered from Ukraine. I've been kind of sitting on it for a while because I wanted to wait until I felt like I had time to go live and open it in front of all of you guys. But I'm very excited about having it. I ordered it off of Etsy. It's packaged very well. Nice meals. Well, I guess that's the good upside, right? So did they say that you had a stroke, or they were just worried about you and they had you in observation? A stroke's kind of a big deal. Even to be close to one, I think, is kind of a big deal. All right, so I'm still trying to cut my way into this package. It's wrapped as if it was coming through a war zone. We can say that. They took very good care of this. I should actually look at the store that I got this from and tell you guys that. Oh, look. Can you guys see that on the camera? There's a lot of glare. But see, it's wrapped like a little gift. How cute is that? Aww, I'm so impressed. Maybe this will have the name of the store on it in case you guys want to. Yeah, Devani Shop on Etsy.com. That's the name of it. Maybe I'll put that on the thumbnail. That would probably be a good idea. So that's who you want to, if you happen to like this deck. Okay, so I feel like I have an extra Christmas present. I'm going to take off the bow. How cool is that? Ooh, she double knotted underneath the bow so it would stay put. That's a great idea, but there we go. I was a little worried if I could get it undone. All right, it kind of looks like a bar of soap now with no bow on it. I feel like pink is on my teeth again. It is very nice packaging, isn't it? It's even got a little sticker seal on it. Both ends. Helen Bazo, hello, hello. We're starting off today by, since you just tuned in, by opening a package that I got from Ukraine. I ordered a tarot deck from there, and I'm very excited. I can't wait to see it. I saw pictures of the graphics on Etsy, and it came packaged very nicely. Okay. Yeah. I said wow too, because it only took a month to get to me, and if you order something from Canada, it takes a month to get to us too, even though they're our neighbor and they're not at war. So I thought, Ukrainian postal kicks butt. I expected it to take a long time. I was even thinking, well, if it doesn't come to me, I'm really not going to complain. That's my own fault for ordering something out of a war zone. All right, so I guess I should show you the box. That's the box it shows up in. And this is the back of it. The back of the box. Wow. I wish I could tell you the name of the publisher, but everything is actually written in Ukrainian or Russian or something. I think the publisher, oh, here it is, Copyright Inc., ANKH, made in the EU. Okay. All right, so inside the box, we have our deck of cards with a little golden seal. This makes me think of like what's on a cigarette pack, or what used to be. I guess they're still on a cigarette pack. My dad used to smoke when I was a kid. And we also have our little booklet, and it looks like it's a color booklet. How cool is that? Okay, so we definitely have like Russian or Ukrainian words. Let's see if we have English words. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, I don't know what those words are either. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be reading this booklet. It's just straight up souvenir. Yeah, there is no English in this booklet at all. Good thing I know the tarot. All right. Let's find where the golden seal starts and unwrap the deck. Maybe here? I don't know. Oh, here we go. There's the end of it. I was about to break out the scissors again. Come on. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but yep, smells like a newly printed deck. So it looks like this is the back of the card. Trying to get out of the glare. Might not be able to get out of the glare. Anyway, that's the back of the card. It looks like a archangel kind of standing on a reptile. Maybe that's a depiction of Satan or something. That's an interesting graphic. And then the Holy Grail up there inside the sun. This has a lot more religious graphic to it than a tarot deck normally does. Normally we go all pagan and hedonistic. All right, so, oh, this is called the Avalon Tarot. There is a little English there. That's the name of this in a bunch of different languages. So it's the Avalon Tarot in English. Le Tarot de Avalon, or Tapo blah blah blah, I don't know. Because I can't read the, what is that? Is that the Greek alphabet that the Russians use? I think this is the Greek alphabet. And then it's here in German too, D. Geheimnis van Avalon Tarot. And I just hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know that Geheimnis word in German. I've never seen that before. All right, and on the other side, all the ink decks are listed there. Okay, let's look at some graphics. We're starting with cups. Ace of chalices. They have two of chalices. Now, isn't that interesting? This is a lady looking in the mirror, and we always talk about how reflections are a mirror of ourselves, or relationships are a mirror of ourselves. Three of chalices. Third person in the family, if that's the first baby. Four of chalices. Ooh, somebody's being knighted here. That's going to be, oh, wow, I wish I could read this book now, because Four of chalices normally is about a pity party. You're not having a pity party if you're getting knighted. Five of chalices. What is this? Oh, goodness. I am not even sure what I'm looking at there. But it looks pretty desperate. Let's see about the Six of chalices. Now, this one does kind of remind me of how we would pick like a daisy petal and say, he loves me not. I don't know if that's what's going on with this guy and the flower, but that's what it makes me think of. I have a feeling this is going to be really interesting. We have the Seven of chalices. Normally, that would be having a lot of options, and it would show 7 cups with 7 different things in it. This shows somebody who is either very tired or very lazy. I'm not sure which yet. Maybe it'll appear 2 different ways in different readings. I don't know. Overwhelmed maybe with the opportunities in front of them. I like her, though. She's got rings on every finger, just like me. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Eight of chalices. Oh, this is a really like, whew. This is a depiction that really puts it in your face. This is my walk-away card. She's crying in the background, and it looks like he's just exiting. Oof. All right. Nine of chalices. Now, this is interesting because Nine of chalices, for me, is like satisfaction. Here we see her crying, holding onto a cup. I have a feeling this card is going to have, or this deck is going to have some very different meanings than some of the other decks. And I was kind of wondering about that after it came out of a place that was in a war zone, like what kind of energy would be on it. It looks like it started off with some different energy from usual anyway. All right. 10 of chalices. I'm not sure what I think of this picture. Normally, that's happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment as well, and moving to the next level with it. Not sure what that is. Unless this is like having communion before you go into battle. That's kind of what that makes me think of. More of a religious affiliation. Knave of chalices. This would be like a page. And let's see. Knight of chalices. He looks so serious there. It's hard to see that as taking a romantic action, which is normally how I would see that card. Queen of chalices. She looks very sentimental, like she's reminiscing about something. And the King of Chalices. Now this one I almost can get on board with. This would be somebody like more of a philosopher, thinking, paying more attention to spiritual energy. A lot of times Cups people do that. Pay attention to their intuition and their feelings. All right. Ace of Pentacles I like. Ace of Pentacles usually talks about a gift. Look at all these good things in here. What do you guys think? Am I boring you guys? If I am, I don't know what to tell you. Two of Pentacles. That's when there's a lot going on when you're juggling. That's a really interesting depiction. It definitely shows the stress of juggling things. Three of Pentacles, working on something, collaborating with someone on something. It looks like he's painting a picture of a female, so somewhere there's somebody that's sitting for a picture or sat. Four of Pentacles. Ooh. Now that's an interesting depiction because normally the Four of Pentacles right side up talks about saving back something, stashing something away. He's got his knife going into a chest like he's breaking into it, breaking into the stash. This would be like throwing the piggyback on the ground to get into the piggy bank. Five of Pentacles. Really working to have him resources with that Five of Pentacles. He's really chasing that sword as it's about to go into the water. I don't think he's going to be able to swim too well with all of that heavy armor on. You better get it before it lands. Okay. Six of Pentacles. This talks about evening out of the energy. Interesting depiction. All of these are really interesting depictions. Oh my goodness. Wait till you guys see this one. Seven of Pentacles. This is normally my payday card. What on earth is that all about? This looks like, I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to be somebody relaxing in a boat, getting away from stress of life, or if that's somebody that has passed away that they've just kind of set afloat. That's really interesting. Either way, it's not payday. All right. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles usually talks about work to me. This could be more teamwork or community or something like that, I think, with this card. I don't see a lot of work happening here, but I see the results of a lot of people working. This is going to be a really interesting deck to use. Nine of Pentacles. It almost looks like Stonehenge kind of in the background. But we also have like all these little minions that are working on one of those stones together. And we've got like a master guy with the staff who's in charge. Now this is a card that can talk about somebody being self-sufficient, maybe even having their own business, something like that. So maybe that's what this is depicting. I'm not sure why a Stonehenge-like thing would show up there. Interesting. Somebody who knows how to manifest their pentacles, though, with a 9. And 10 of Pentacles. A lot of times this is about legacy, stability for the family. I guess that would be appropriate to have a king there because they have to have that legacy and stability for the family. That's interesting. All right. Whoa. Some of these characters are really interesting. Look at our Knave of Pentacles. He looks like he's got scratch marks across his eye or something. This is going to be somebody with good news about money or material goods normally. I'm not so sure I would like to see that guy knocking on my door to give me any kind of news. I'd be a little terrified. And he's got some kind of energy ball in his hands. That's interesting. All right. Knight of Pentacles. This is taking action towards making money. This guy to me kind of looks like he's walking off sulking. Walking into battle sulking. Dang it, I didn't want to have to go to the front lines today. I wanted to stay home and eat bananas and chill. That's what he looks like. That's interesting. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, she looks cold. Normally, a Queen of Pentacles doesn't strike me as cold like this. That's interesting. And we've got the moon there, which implies something about intuition, which we normally don't get that kind of implication with the earth sign. Not that earth signs can't be intuitive, a lot of them are, but still, it's not like a traditional thing to associate. Okay, King of Pentacles showing up here. This is very interesting. Shows that he's crushed the enemy. Look under his foot. And is that somebody handing him some food? No, that's like a fountain near him. He looks pretty tired, too. Usually you think of as a King of Pentacles as somebody who does some hard work. They usually do really hard work to make sure that everything is secure in their life. All right. Do you guys want to see more of these, or are you guys kind of over it? Because we can put these away if you guys are kind of over it, and we can move on to something else. But you gotta let me know. You gotta let me know. I'm giving you guys a couple more minutes. If you don't say you want to see more, then we're going to move on and we'll do a little bit of Reiki. But I want to give a couple minutes in case there's a delay on the line and you guys are actually saying something to me. I don't want to miss it. I'm going to definitely have to have some practice with these guys. They are very different. They're hard to see. Okay. All right. Well, then that's kind of silly for me to show them to you, isn't it? All right. I was afraid of that. But I know that my monitor doesn't depict things the way I'm used to seeing them. I had to replace my monitor. My last one went toes up right when I was getting ready to sit down and do some videos. So this one I'm still getting used to as far as how it looks. All right, I can finish looking at that later. Meanwhile, let's do some fun stuff. Let's do some Reiki. Let's do a little micro session of Reiki like we used to. And then after that, let's do some tarot, answer some tarot questions, that type of stuff. All right, so first of all, the Reiki, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the intention for whatever is for each of you guys is highest and best good. If you have something more specific, you can feel free to adjust that intention for yourself. All you want to do is just think towards the Reiki about what you actually want that intention to be. You don't have to tell me, especially if it's personal. Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and start that. And that's just going to be 5 minutes. All right, so what time is it? 6:34. So let's do this until 6:39. Make sure my phone doesn't interrupt us. Wow, you guys are really pulling a lot of energy, whoever's in the room still. And I guess anybody who comes in later as well, because this is also good for people who show up later. But we've got a lot of energy going into feet, ankles, base chakra, which has to do with things that make us feel secure. Also torso, which can have to do with digestive issues. It can also have to do with things that are going on in the heart chakra, the sacral chakra, or the base chakra, or the solar plexus. So how you express yourself, how you feel about things emotionally, and how you feel about things very tangibly with the five senses, all are being influenced right now. Well, you're pulling them in. You're definitely pulling them in because there's quite a bit of energy coming through these hands right now. Not only you, but I'm sure also other people as well, even people who come up into the room later on. So we've got 3 more minutes of Reiki. So I think I said we'll stop at 39 after. And then after that, we'll switch over to doing a little bit of tarot. Usually those doctors are pretty smart. I had a friend one time that started getting really dizzy because she used her earplugs or a headset or something a lot because her husband kept the TV up really loud at night and she couldn't sleep. So she was just trying to get some sleep. So she would have her headset on for several hours at a time or her earplugs. I can't remember what she was using. But it would mess up the fluid on her in her ears. So when she would take them out later on, she would not be stable. I don't know if that's what's going on with you or not, but I have heard of ear problems causing something like that. 1 more minute of Reiki. Hmm. Were they able to give you any kind of ideas about a cause? Have you had allergies that maybe would be affecting them? Oh, yeah, because you're on the East Coast where it's really cold right now, isn't it? Or at least it has been the last couple of days. I think you guys got it a couple of days after we did. Or maybe 3 days after us. All right, let's wrap up the Reiki. Let's do some tarot. Well, if you've got 12 degrees above, then you're doing well. We ended up with like 19 below without the wind chill one night, and I think it was 17 below another night. And then one day it got up to, what did it get up to? 11 degrees was the high. I was like, man, I may as well be in Alaska. Yeah, I was not leaving the house. I was like, that's extreme cold. And then I had a friend that was like, we live in Colorado. We have to do things in the cold. I was like, no, no. My refrigerator is stocked up. I do not have to do anything in the cold. In fact, I canceled a couple of appointments in the cold. Like, if you think I'm doing anything in the cold, you're going to come pick me up in your vehicle because mine is not even going to get turned on. And it's debatable if I'm going to walk outside into your vehicle either. I hermitize. I'm just clearing some cards so we're ready to do some stuff. Those cards that I was looking at, we're not using those yet because I still have to put that deck through its paces before it's ready for professional use. It has to get to know me and it has to be cleansed, especially coming out of a war-torn country. It has to be cleansed. Get some good energy on it. Angela, since you're the only one talking to me, I'm just going to ask you, do you want me to answer a question for you? Or do you just want a message from Spirit? Which way would you rather go today? No, I didn't mean to do that. That's better. Message from Spirit. Cheryl Ford. Been shoveling lots of snow. We had snow, but not lots. Maybe like 4 inches over our 2 or 3 really cold days. But I mean, it was snowed almost nonstop, but it was the super tiny flakes because it was so cold. So we didn't have to shovel too much. Cheryl Ford. I didn't realize you were an Idaho girl. Maybe you told me and I forgot. All right, so we've got our backup deck if we need to clarify anything ready. Let's go ahead and shuffle these up. Cheryl, when we get to you, are you going to want a message, or are you going to want a message from Spirit, I should say, or are you going to want me to answer a question for you? Ms. Angela Lukes. Here we go. Message from Spirit for you. First 2 cards are going to talk about a situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. After that, the next 3 cards are going to be best advice or heads up around that situation. Angela, didn't you adopt a dog or a cat? I'm thinking you just adopted an animal not that long ago. Bum, ba, da, dum. Bum, ba, da, dum. You want a message too, Cheryl? Okay. Loki, dog. How's your doggy doing? I was thinking about adopting a kitten, and then I thought, that might be more responsibility than I want to handle right now. Or ever. Besides, the neighbor cat already thinks that I'm his. All right, let's see here. Miss Angela Lukes, excellent. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so Miss Angela Lukes, here's what we have going on. You have the 7 of Pentacles showing up. This is my payday card. I hope you can see this card. Anyway, this is my payday card, so it shows about a payday. Covered by the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess knows all the secrets, but she doesn't share them all. So this means that you have a payday coming up, but probably You don't want to really share all your information about this payday with somebody around you. I don't think you have a secret payday coming up that somebody hasn't told you about that is just going to show up. This is coming across more as not everybody needs to know all your financial information. You know, there are some things that we keep to ourselves, and this is one of those things that it's in your best interest to keep things to yourself about your pay and your money. All right, so that's your situation that we're looking at. And next thing that we're looking at, also Cheryl's talking to you. I don't know if you saw that. Best advice or heads up. 8 of Cups coming up in reverse, followed by Page of Cups also in reverse. Ha. 9 of Swords. Okay. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why you want to be about your money. You've got somebody that is coming back to you with that 8 of Cups in reverse. So this is somebody that they walked away from whatever situation you and them had going. Now they're coming back to you and they're going to be saying, oh, you're so wonderful. I just think you're the greatest, blah, 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 blah. But Page of Cups in reverse, they're letting you know how important you are to them. And with that 9 of Swords, they're coming back because they're stressed out. And they're thinking that you're going to be the solution to their problems. So this is why you don't want to tell them like when your payday is, how much you're getting paid, anything like that. Mum's the word. Because this person is coming back in a little bit of a desperate situation and they really would like for you to bail them out. And if you give them any information about this situation, then they just become more like a predator around the time that they know that you have money in your hand. I don't know if it's Maurice or not. I would hope Maurice has his own money with him having his own shop, but somebody. Here's the deal. People should not be knowing your financial situation anyway, unless you're filling out an application for something and they need to know that because they want to help you. Other than that, they should not know your financial situation. So I would not share that with anybody. Because that just makes you vulnerable. Once you've shared that, that makes you vulnerable to people not being the nicest, shall we say. Hello there, Richwick Manchanda. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Angela. Okay, Cheryl, it's your turn, my dear. Are you still in the room? Richwick, how are you today? And where are you watching from? Miss Cheryl, are you still in the room? Still in the room. Those of you who are benefiting from this video, if you would put a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. India, I was wondering with that name. Glad to hear that you're fine. I'm not sure if she is. Okay, so message from Spirit for you, Miss Cheryl. So Richrick, if you stick around when I get done talking to Miss Cheryl, if you would like me to pull a message from Spirit for you where Spirit just chooses the topic and tells you what they want to talk about and what they want to say to you about it, we can do that. Or if you would like me to answer a question, you can put a question in the chat and I'll take a peek at that here in a second. Don't forget to subscribe to me to catch all my content, by the way. Okay, Cheryl, here we go. First 2 cards are going to be your situation. And next 3 cards are going to be best advice or heads up around that situation. Ba-ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-da-da. Situation. Okay, we've got the 4 of Pentacles showing up here in reverse, covered by the Knight of Cups, also in reverse. What's happening here? Cheryl, you're so cute. All right. With this 4 of Pentacles in reverse, you're pouring out a lot of energy and effort on something, okay? With the covering card being the Knight of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse talks about this idea of being pessimistic, noticeably pessimistic, at least, maybe more pessimistic about either romantic relationships in general or um, a particular romantic relationship between you and somebody else, or people in general. You could just be deciding that you like dogs better than people. That could be this Knight of Cups too, but feeling pessimistic about one of those three things, okay? So you're feeling really pessimistic about people or about a particular relationship or about romantic relationships in general, and you're pouring out a lot of energy and effort on that attitude. It's like you not only have that attitude, but you're reinforcing that attitude. You're making it really hard for somebody to show you that maybe people are okay, or maybe romantic relationships might be all right, or maybe there's somebody that is worth your time and energy. You're really you're reinforcing those boundaries, reinforcing those trenches, let's say. If somebody can get through and make you think that maybe a relationship would be okay, I think that that would be an accomplishment right now. Ritwick, if you have a question, then put a question in the chat box. If you want a message from Spirit, just put the word Spirit in the chat box. That way I'll know what you want whenever I get done talking to Miss Cheryl here. Okay, so Cheryl here, wow, your best advice and heads up is all major arcana. This is basically like Spirit like raising their voice while they talk to you. Just so you know. All right, so we start off with the World card. Okay, thank you, Richwick. We've got the Lovers card. And we've got the Star card. This basically says that putting out all this energy and effort towards reinforcing this idea that people are not nice or relationships aren't good or a particular person is not good is kind of the opposite of what Spirit would like to see you doing. Their ideal, because this card talks about what is ideal, is for you to have an idea about an appropriate romantic partner, an appropriate lover, an appropriate partnership, and having a hopeful idea about it, something where you can think, maybe there's somebody out there that I could partner up with. Even if you don't think it's everybody, at least the idea that, you know, maybe there's somebody out there that I can partner with. So you're putting in a lot of energy and effort going the opposite of the direction Spirit would like to see you go. I hope you understand that. And I can only laugh and think that that's comical because I have definitely done that myself. All right, let's move on. Ritwick. So Ritwick, is that a male name or is that a female name? I haven't heard that name before. I have some Indian friends, but not that many, and I haven't heard that name. I have an Avneet friend, I have a Krishna friend, I have an Abdura friend. It's a male name, okay. Well, even if you don't get out there, at least you want to allow yourself to hope that maybe somebody could show up that would be decent. All right, let's see here. Ritwick. Best message from Spirit for Mr. Ritwick, please. What do we have? What do we have? Anybody else in the room that would like me to read for them? All you have to do is say something in the chat so that I know you're here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Ritwick. Situation is interesting. Okay, Mr. Ritwick, here's the situation Spirit wants to talk to you about. We have the Three of Wands showing up, covered by the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so you are making some long-term plans about how to increase your financial stability or your material stability in one way or another. So it could be financial. Maybe you have long-term plans about learning a new skill that would make you more valuable in the workforce, but you have some long-term plans about increasing your stability financially one way or another. Okay, so that's what Spirit wants to talk to you about. You're always open to new adventures. I like it. All right, thank you for that feedback, Richwick. Let's look at your best advice or heads up. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now this is really interesting. Let's look at your other two cards before I start telling you about this. Two of Wands in reverse. Knight of Cups. All right, here's the thing. Here is the thing. Here is the thing. Sometimes creating stability long-term is a little bit counterintuitive. And this is what this is showing up as. With my Ace of Pentacles in reverse, for me, this talks about the idea of your best advice or heads up starting out with you giving a gift to somebody. I know you're going, how do I build my stability by giving somebody a gift? Yeah, well, Spirit works in ways that are not our ways. But the spiritual laws are definitely permanent. They're just as permanent as gravity. So those talk about giving a gift. Now let's look at some more details about this. All right. With that Two of Wands coming up in reverse, this talks about the idea that there are people who are asking you for a gift or coming to you wanting you to help them. And so you have more than one option about who you could help or who you could give a gift to. Okay? So there could be like your church or your mosque or temple or whatever fits for you. There could be a relative. There could be a friend. You know, there's just lots of options around us of people that would be happy for us to help them. So that's what you have going on is there's lots of options. A lot of people would like your help. And with that Two of Wands in reverse, not only that, there are also people around you who have their opinion of who you should be helping. Now, some of them may be the people that think you should be helping me, but I think there are also people on the outside of the situation that have expectations about who you should be helping. Okay? So you're feeling like your back is against a wall. You're feeling like you don't really have a choice in who you should be helping, even though there's lots of options in front of you, and technically you do have a choice. You're feeling like you don't have a choice because there are certain expectations of you about who you're going to give to. Who are you going to give a gift? People are expecting a certain thing. So you're feeling like that's the way that you have to go. Here's the thing. When we are working on building spiritually and building, or I should say from a spiritual perspective, and we're working on building our stability, when we feel obligated to give, that does not add to our stability in a material way. In fact, it takes away from it because we have a kind of a raunchy attitude about giving then. Then we're like, well, I guess if I have to give to you, here. That's kind of the attitude, whether we do it that way or not. That's kind of the internal attitude. And so if we can give cheerfully, then that's something that the universe can reward and turn around and bring back to us. And so with this Knight of Cups ending up your advice here, this is basically saying that you want to look at all your options, not just the options people around you are expecting you to give to. You want to look at all your options, and you want to give to the place that feels the best to you. Feels like that you can give to them cheerfully, you know, where you can feel like you're giving to somebody who's not taking advantage of you. You can give to somebody who really actually needs it, or, you know, you can give to something that just makes your heart just light up with passion because you're all about that cause. You know, so if you want to, you know, continue on your plans for increasing your sense of stability in the world, then you want to give to things that you can give to cheerfully and happily, regardless of what the people around you think. Okay? All right. Excellent. Glad you got it. Anybody else in the room that needs a reading? We've only got 3 here, but I don't know if they're the 3 I've already read for or not. Anybody else want a reading? Oh, thank you for that second thumbs up, whoever did that. I appreciate that. If there's anybody else here who wants a reading, you got to tell me. Got to tell me before I go. I'll give you a couple minutes because I know there's a delay, but if there's nobody else here that needs a reading, I'm going to be taking off. You're moving on from a tough phase. You know, I think that's kind of the story of a lot of people right now. I usually, like here, I just give one answer or one message from Spirit, whichever one you choose. If you want to, I do a 1 question or a 2 question reading. You can find those on my website. Or if you want to get like a personal reading, I do half an hour, 45 minutes, or an hour. You can see how to get one of those on your website, on my website. You know, if the answer is important enough to you. Yeah, my website, I guess I should tell you that, shouldn't I? It's my first name, Amista. www.amista, AMISTA.info, INFO. So not .com, .info. Anybody else here need a reading before I take off? You're quite welcome, Miss Cheryl. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. I didn't know how many people would be here the day after Christmas. All right, sounds good, sounds good. I appreciate that. You're quite welcome, my dear. Oh, by the way, when is your birthday, Ritwick? Ba ba da da da, ba ba da da, ba ba da da da, ba ba da da. Ritwick, if you're still in the room, when is your birthday? If it happens to be your birthday season, then you get a huge discount on a reading if you sign up to my newsletter. You're quite welcome, Miss Angela. Thank you for being here, honey bunny. I think Ritwick is probably already taken off. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being here. It was my honor and my pleasure to serve you. Thank you for helping me look at those cards. I'm sorry you guys didn't get a better view of them. And everybody have a fantastic evening or day. And I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out, everybody.